When thinking of who would be the best person to receive the first Jim Tarantino BCDI Hero Award, the choice was easy. A very good friend of mine, Caroline Kruse. So Caroline and Ken, her husband, are with us today. Let me tell you a little bit about Caroline. Well, we've known each other for about 20 years or so. Caroline is the president and CEO of an advocacy group that helps people with blood platelet disorders called the Platelet Disorders Support Association. Caroline is a deserving hero for many reasons. She's what the community now calls a lived experience expert. She's been in the bleeding disorders community, the immune low platelet or thrombocytopenia disorders community for a long time with her own personal experience. She's an advocate. She started the first local chapter or local support group for people with the same kind of bleeding disorders in Cleveland a long time ago, and now leads an organization that has helped generate more than 60 other local support groups for the same. Caroline has been to Washington several times to advocate for people with low platelets and the related bleeding disorder, and has very much influenced what's happening now and what's going to happen in the future. So she's not only a lived experience expert, she's a consummate advocate. She's also a scholar. Now, I know Caroline had years of experience as a medical reporter and had a morning radio show in Cleveland to talk about those things for a lot of years before she became the leader of the Platelet Disorders Support Association. But only in the last several years has been an extremely productive scholar, co-authoring over 30 papers in medical journals about ITP that have helped countless people with ITP, not just in the US, but worldwide. So Caroline is not just a hero in an ethereal sense. She's one of my heroes. So I'd ask you to come and join us on stage, Caroline, and receive the first BCDI Jim Tarantino Hero Award. Where is it?
Dr. Tarantino, this is truly an honor, not just to receive it from someone, as he mentioned, we've been friends and colleagues for over 20 years, but to receive this in honor of your brother and your father, who is such a hero to so many people. Dr. Tarantino and I, he's always supported me over the past 20 years, both personally and professionally. As a medical advisor to PDSA, he has been the chair of the board of medical advisors for the past 3 years, and he has supported the organization. He has supported, in particular, our teens and our families through our teen track that we hold every year at our annual ITP conference. I was thinking about it. It was 24 years ago this month that I received a phone call that would change my life. And it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and my phone rang, and I picked it up, and the person on the other end said, "Mrs. Kruse, this is Dr. Jones. You have a platelet count of 2,000. You need to get to the emergency room immediately." And as Dr. Tarantino mentioned, I had been a health reporter for many years, and the only thing I knew that was associated with a platelet account, abnormal platelet count was leukemia. So I said, "Well, do I have leukemia?" And he said, "Well, we don't know, but you need to come in and have some tests." And I said, "Well, my husband's out of town. I have a 3-year-old, I have a 6-year-old. They're sleeping in their beds. can it wait till the morning? And he said, no, you need to come right now. Don't take a shower, don't brush your teeth, don't shave your legs, and don't bump your head. You could bleed to death. And that began my journey with the autoimmune bleeding disorder, ITP. And those first couple of years, there were times where I wondered, would I see my children grow up? And to think that one day I would become the leader of the organization, really the leader in patient advocacy for this autoimmune bleeding disorder, I could have never imagined in my wildest dreams. And to work with people like Dr. Tarantino, who are really the world-renowned leaders in ITP treatments and care and research, has just been absolutely incredible. And so I'm so proud. This is just such a proud moment for me. And Dr. Tarantino and I made a pact that before we retire, that we will see ITP treatment centers modeled after the comprehensive care model at BCDI for ITP patients, because we know the impact that it can make on patients and families' lives. And as he mentioned, we were just on Capitol Hill just last month. We met with 15 congressional offices and legislators to ask for funding and research, more funding and research for ITP and for the development of centers of excellence. And so I thank you for this award. I thank you for your friendship, and it's just truly an honor. Thank you.